In this lesson, we are going to cover two of the sketch tools, circle and arc. But first, let's create a new sketch on the front plane. And now we're ready to begin with circles. Notice we have a drop-down list and we have two options for creating circles, a center point radius option and a 3-point circle, which we call perimeter circle in SOLIDWORKS. So I'm going to select center point radius circle. Property Manager opens. Once again, notice the order of points. I select my center point first, radius point second. So I'll select my center point, stretch the circle out, which is rubber banding it, and then select my radius point. The second option for circle is 3-point. I'll select my first point, second point, and my third point. It's as easy as that. Now let's close out of the circle command and let's try the arc. We have three types of arcs: a center point arc, a tangent arc, and a 3-point arc. I'm going to begin with center point arc, and once again notice the order of points. My center point is first. There's my first point, second point, and notice when I go to select my third point, it's not giving me the arc I expected. I wanted to see an arc right here, like I am now. But notice, based on how you move the cursor, it may give you the opposite result. So if you can't get the result you're looking for, just take your cursor all the way around the circle and move it back in the opposite direction, and it will give you the arc that you desire. The next option is tangent arc. So I am going to first draw a line, because this arc option must be tangent to existing geometry. So once I have that line in the screen, I select my tangent arc, I go out to the screen, select the end point of this line, and notice I have a tangent arc, and based on where I move the cursor to, it will flip the arc from one side to the other. My last option is 3-point arc. You're basically selecting 3 points: start point, end point, and a midpoint. And once again, based on where you move your cursor, will be the direction of the arc. Now, before we leave the circle and arc commands, I want to go back to the line command. So I'm going to close out of the arc command. I'm going to go into the line command, and I'm going to draw a line from this point to this point. Now, just like we covered in the line command, I can select a third point. The lines continue to chain together. However, before I select my next point, let's just simply move the cursor back to the last point selected without clicking anything. By moving the cursor above that last point selected, and then moving the cursor away from it, the line changes to a tangent arc. And once I place that arc, notice I'm back to my line command, unless I go back to the end point without clicking anything. Then it returns to the arc, and then back to the line. So the line arc combo that I just demonstrated is extremely handy. So don't forget that option built into the line command.